On the night of February 1st, 1959, 9 young souls ventured into the heart of Siberian darkness. They pitched their tent on a barren slope, unaware that sunrise would never find them alive. When rescue teams finally reached their camp days later, they discovered something that defied all logic. The tent had been slashed open from within, and ghostly footprints led into the void. What followed was a descent into nightmare. Bodies scattered across the frozen wasteland, bearing wounds that science still struggles to explain. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass. The first theory emerged from the mountains themselves. Scientists proposed a delayed slab avalanche, a sleeping giant of snow that awakened hours after the hikers settled for the night. Others spoke of katabatic winds, invisible rivers of air that cascade down mountain slopes with hurricane force, capable of tearing flesh from bone and reason from mind. But perhaps the mountain sang its deadly song through infrasound, frequencies below human hearing that can trigger primal terror, sending victims fleeing into certain death. The cold can play cruel tricks on the dying brain. In hypothermia's final stages, victims feel burning heat and stripped naked in the snow, embracing their frozen grave. Yet even these explanations crumble when faced with the evidence. The crushing injuries, the shattered ribs, the fractured skulls speak of a force far beyond nature's gentle touch. In the shadow of the Cold War, darker theories emerged. Witnesses reported strange lights in the sky. Could Soviet weapons testing have claimed innocent lives? Some investigators weave multiple threads together, suggesting that nature unleashed a perfect storm of wind, snow, and sound that no human soul could survive. But what if the Soviet military was testing something far more sinister? Acoustic weapons that could crush a human chest without leaving a mark on the skin. The investigation files were sealed for decades, classified by the KGB. What truth was so terrible that an entire nation had to forget these 9 young lives? Whispers persist of missile tests gone wrong, of fiery debris raining from the heavens, while government officials scramble to bury the evidence in snow and silence. For those who dare to look beyond earthly explanations, the glowing orbs witnessed that night tell a different story. A story of visitors from distant stars. Local legends speak of ancient guardians roaming these peaks, creatures of immense strength and primitive rage. Could the legendary Yeti have awakened from its slumber? The indigenous Mansi people warned that this mountain was sacred, forbidden to outsiders. Perhaps the hikers paid the ultimate price for trespassing on cursed ground. The missing eyes, the torn tongues, the precise arrangement of bodies. Some whisper of darker purposes, of ritual sacrifice performed under the cold mountain stars. Yet no known predator leaves such wounds. The injuries bear no teeth marks, no claw marks, no sign of any earthly beast. What manner of creature kills without trace? Perhaps the enemy lay within. Exhaustion, fear, and mounting tension could have shattered their bonds of friendship, turning companions into killers in the endless night. When investigators tested their clothing, they found traces of radiation. In this remote wilderness, what could have bathed them in atomic fire? Modern science attempts to weave these mysteries into a single explanation, a cascade of natural disasters that struck with perfect, lethal timing. The most outlandish theories speak of Soviet experiments with space and time itself. Could the hikers have been caught in a portal between dimensions? Or perhaps they slipped through the cracks of reality itself, lost in a moment where past, present, and future collide in impossible ways. Let us walk through that final night step by step. The tent, their only shelter against the killing cold, cut open from within by desperate hands. Their footprints tell a story of panic. Some fled barefoot into the snow, others wearing only socks, all running towards certain death in the darkness. The first bodies were found beneath the cedar trees, half-clothed and frozen solid. They had tried to build a fire, their final desperate act of defiance. The remaining bodies lay hidden in a ravine for months, buried under tons of snow. When found, they bore the most horrific injuries of all. The autopsy reports read like a medical impossibility. Ribs crushed with the force of a car crash, yet not a single external wound to explain the damage. 2 victims were found with their eyes and tongues missing. Scavengers, claimed the officials, but no animal tracks were ever found near the bodies. Their skin bore an orange tint that frostbite alone could never explain. What force had burned them with this alien hue? In 2021, Swiss researchers claimed to have solved the mystery. Their computer models showed how a delayed avalanche could explain the injuries. Their simulations were elegant, convincing, scientific. Yet still they failed to answer the most haunting question. Why did they cut their way out of the tent? Laboratory tests confirmed that low-frequency sounds can indeed trigger panic attacks. But can science truly explain the terror that drove them into the night? The radiation readings remain unexplained, dismissed as background noise by some, evidence of something far more sinister by others. The Mansi shamans marked this place with ancient symbols, warnings carved in stone and wood. Perhaps their ancestors knew what dwells in these mountains. Conspiracy theorists weave tales of underground alien bases, hidden facilities where humans and extraterrestrials conduct unspeakable experiments. Others speak of forest cults, practitioners of ancient rites who guard their secrets with blood and death, punishing any who venture too close. The most bizarre theories suggest psychic experiments, government remote viewers whose minds reach too far into forbidden dimensions. In the end, we are left with 9 young lives, 9 bright futures extinguished in a single night of terror. Their names were Igor, Zina, Luda, and 6 others. We create theories to tame the darkness, to make sense of senseless tragedy. But perhaps some mysteries are meant to haunt us forever. So which explanation chills your blood? The merciless avalanche that strikes without warning, or the unknown forces that prowl beyond human understanding? Was this nature's cruel indifference, government conspiracy, or something that defies all earthly explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe our channel for all the news.